Good morning. I'm Lucas Moraldo, author of 365 Revolutions. This is week 2 of readings, and I'll be sharing 7 poems from the book inspired by a yoga pose. 365 Revolutions has been a long-term project I've been working on since October of 2016, and the book is now out in print. And I wanted to offer another way for you to be able to enjoy and be inspired by the book through these readings. So I'll be reading 7 poems each week, inspired by a particular yoga pose. And this week it's Uttanasana, standing forward bend. Number 1. We have no resting posture for grief or its opposite in vigilance, and so, unsolved, let your tendons marry your bones in the density equality of suspended sanctuary, like cranes bending at the near dark dawn, upright, against the seductions of collapse, shaded by the likeness of wings working hard on this elusive collaboration. A preparation of sorts for the news from Belgium, Boston and Dakar, and the many desperate other iterations. Our bodies, unlike our hearts, are built for ambiguity, and so we dangle here, like shuddering pages, steadied by a constant spine, in dialogue with gravity in this long answer we have made of our bodies, this prayer that spurns the former age of simple resolution. Number 2. Waterfalls require a sturdy frame, bedrock to support the plunge of rushing channels, seeking the promise of expanse. To fold is to make passage, invite opposite forces to live upon a single rolling way. The waters in us are forever wild, but the training is for the earth. The sedimentary disciplines pressed into elegant form, make no mistake. We are changed, turbulent siblings of elemental energies, and the body will have its release, will take its release in chaos or in cause. Number 3. We bend in anticipation of the fall promised to brown women in the package of news about their sons, like looming deadlines that battle prayer for equal time, and call this superstition or protection, but know that it is necessary. That we either exhale this stance or risk being swallowed by a random, capricious god of proxy who takes his due each day, as if our children are nothing more than the suspension of lottery results that will crack the heavens and send torrents once they are announced. Call us women of the storm, creased in hope and wary vigilance, gathering ourselves into release so that we can breathe while the rain falls around us, so that we can build solace into our days, divert the winds, and settle into this fleeting perfection. Some call this an inversion, but for us, it is a view just below our tears, and the earth knows us now, knows us better than the swift, erratic sky. Number 4. Call us the next women, more ready than you think, spring-loaded, just waiting to announce ourselves and get this world up right. They call us daughters, and we want to know what you mean by that, whether you are slipping obedient into the back of your lips or if you can let unbridled fly, not driven but driving, like the phantom steering columns we press against our palms in Saudi, or the elections we are going to win everywhere once we get a hold of the horizon. We are not hanging out. Every inch of this waste is reading into the world, accounting for what you believe and what we know to be possible, tense in that delicious way that bodies get just before they make the big move. We sing into this like harmonies, girls building at their best, and we are going to solve those viruses, engineer free lunch logarithms that feed kids green in every cafeteria, spike volleys that split molecules, build tiny homes for the desperate legions on our streets and convince you to see us in a way that cannot be managed. That's how we get bent. How about you? 5. So here I am swinging on pause, nothing forward left in me, just pendulum with clock springs on suspension, and my back is saying no to momentum. Do you know what it's like to be going nowhere? Or the relief at the bottom of the back to nothing held, nothing gained? I swing in no time to the gentle rock, and my hands have stopped. 6. There is this before the rising, a refuge pact that will not hold, because the earth is true, but the world complicit, and the body is divided between the two. The discipline of resting and opposing is earned at the waist, under the writ below our tendons, spine in perfect symmetrical suspense, our thighs and bones in lower prayer. In an age of unwaiting, we will ourselves with prelude, like a cistern of accumulated listening, moistening cups soon to be filled. There is this, then, before the rising. 7. Gather your secrets and plans in this dandelion field of greens, magnified as you choose the horizontal distances for the pleasure of ground. A finger length from your gaze, tuck the clippings into the quiet pocket that bend your waist for the sojourn back up. Let the lessons of the African survivors who found nourishment where there was none, who cooked those greens, foraged at such a dear and daily price, let those lessons be the words of your inversion prayer as you ready for the rising. The mantra of this simply is, leave nothing behind. There is none to waste, not a single trauma or a medicine weed, nor the stinging shame of non-resistance. Bring it all forward as if every shadow belonged with the light, daily swift, then rise, all the hidden and translucent for the journey now. Rise.